Hello and namaste. This is Neeraj here once again, and welcome back to my channel, Financial Market Analysis Trees by Neeraj Shah. And wish you all a very, very happy New Year 2022. Wish that all your dreams come true in this year and everybody remains healthy and happy, and wish for the new open world. That is what open world should remain open, not crazy restrictions and lockdowns which has taken place in last 2 years. So that is what my earnest wish to everybody. So before starting this channel, I would like to tell all of you that if you have not yet subscribed to my channel, please subscribe. And after watching this video till the end, if you like, please put a like and share it with your maximum friends and family, so that maximum people can benefit from this. I come out with the unique ideas and unique concepts, and as you know that if you will go through my past records, all of my predictions generally which have come true when nobody was thinking about those. So regarding that is my ground level research and knowledge and years of experience of understanding about this sector, the financial market. So in today's video, I would like to discuss something regarding, one before I had come out with a video called New Year theme, or the theme for 2022. So theme for the stocks which I believe would perform, or the sectors which would do well, and which investors should look into for investment into this 2022. So in continuation with that particular theme, you will see that video also. I will put the link in the description box down below of that video, so that you can watch if you have not yet watched that. So in continuation with that, I just wanted to some new confirmations regarding my basic theory which have recently come out. As I told you that I believe that because of this too much emphasis on green energy and everything, this carbon emissions and environmental friendly power things, we are going to see that prices of particularly this fossil fuels like crude oil and gas, natural gas, is going to remain high. And in fact, you will see a new high into this year. You will see that this prices of this particular commodities, or this natural oil and gas will go high. And that is the theme, is that and basic materials. So particularly why it would remain high, it's a very simple, because of this too much of restrictions. Financial investors and the banks and other people are not able to invest, or they are not willing to invest into any projects related to the fossil fuels. So the power projects also, which are based basically on coal, thermal based power projects, or on, let's say, the oil, they are being kind of not getting the funding, so that no new power is coming, and that is where the power crisis and the supply and manufacturing, even production crisis, you are going to see. And because of that, we have seen that the coal and the gas prices have gone up very high, because no new investment coming, so the production supply is not in commensurate with the demand supply. So we believe that this is going to continue, because it's not going to change overnight. And also, one of the major push for the gas, particularly the gas prices, is boost for the gas prices, is that recently, I think in the last week of this last year, I mean 2022, the last week of the December, EU has drafted a kind of an what do you call it, drafted a notification or a law, or what a kind of an agreement, where they are allowing that to overcome this energy and all other crises. They are allowing that new power projects or the new power plants can be based on that on the gas-based power plants also, which can be defined as gas-based, and the nuclear power projects. which can be defined as the green power plants. So because till now there was no law, or there was some kind of a confusion regarding, so that no new investment or the funding was not happening in any of these power projects on nuclear as well as the gas based power projects. So EU has come out with a draft law for their own, European Union, that new projects, they can be get they are considered as a green power projects, which are based on gas as well as on nuclear power energy. So if the gas based power, the only limitation will be that the only, what do you call, the condition for defining or naming any power project as the green power project, which are gas based power project, natural gas based power project, is that the carbon emission from the gas based power project should be less than, or below 270 kilograms of the carbon emission for 1 kilowatt of energy produced. So that is the criteria for defining any new gas-based power projects as a green power project. Okay, so that you can get funding. So those power projects will get funding from the government, from basically from the investors. So you will see a lot of now new power projects which will come off will be based on gas as well as the nuclear energy power project. That's what, and that is what is also going to drive the demand for the gas, boost the gas demand in Europe. And I think this is what it is going to do, not only in Europe. Europe has taken the lead to remove the funding restrictions, which in last few years, because of this so-called green energy, no new power projects were able to come up, even gas-based power projects, because of this not falling into the criteria of the green energy. So they were getting no funding or the no investment, and that is where the power crunch which Europe faced in this winter, and also this many production hampering also happened. There was blackouts, power blackouts was there. To overcome this, so they have come out with the new draft law, which will define, which has given criteria that this gas-based power projects and nuclear-based power projects, new power projects which will come, where they will be classified as, or they will be called green energy-based power projects. Because in traditional or the conventional gas-based power projects, or which are the old power projects which are already gas-based, generally on thermal-based power projects, sorry, my apologies, which are coal-based or the thermal power projects, has the gas emission or the carbon emission of around 750 kilogram for each unit of or 1 kilowatt of power generated. So that reduces significantly, almost by 1/3, for the new gas-based power projects, where that gas carbon emission is reduced to less than 270. That is the criteria, 270 kilogram of carbon for each kilowatt of power produced. So this is one major boost for this, which not many people know. This is just last week it has come up with, and also which I was reading in some of this USA based some reports, that in USA also the last year they only produced around 432 million tons of oil equivalent, whether it is oil, gas together, whereas the original, or that always in last few years their production or the demand used to be around 490 million tons of the oil, basically energy. And so there is a huge gap, where is 432 and where is 490. And with this kind of a definition and all this green, too much emphasis on green, no new projects are coming up because they are not getting the investment or the funding. So you are going to see that gap actually expanding between supply and demand. The supply is getting stagnated and the demand is slowly reducing. And with, again, after this fifth wave, or this whatever, what you call as the wave of this latest pandemic wave, which recedes in few months time. So by that time, when we reach the summer, there will be a lot of this traveling and tours and automobile traveling, and everything opening up. so that gas demand will also go up. So that is also going to give a boost to this gas prices, continuing boost. So that is where the theme, my I just wanted to affirm that theme with the which I had already come out 1 month before, but I wanted to affirm with the latest news regarding which I always used to say that this is the green energy means it will more shift towards gas based and nuclear power energy, and not and it's also a fossil fuel. So don't blindly believe whatever that so-called environmentalist and the people keep on talking about, that it will be completely replaced. And in countries like India, coal continues to remain the main source and will continue to remain the main source. Along with the nuclear, they will try to put up more nuclear power projects, also the gas-based power projects, and of course this solar and renewable energy sources are there. But those sources are not the continuous kind of a power sources. And also the power demand will go up indirectly also, as the more and more electric vehicles go on the road, and production of that particular vehicles happens, because indirectly you need to charge that batteries also, right? So that will also the power demand will actually go up. So battery based, it will be storage based power. So either you hold your ears like this or like this way, the power is going to go up, and that is where most of the majority of the new projects or these things will be gas based, nuclear power based, and that is what's going to drive the gas prices. Another I just wanted to add is that now with so much of again this uncertainty and the virus pandemic and stuttering and opening and stuttering of economy still not picking up, and already US Fed has tapering has started, and they have also indicated that there will be even interest rate hikes will be there, because inflation is the big major worry across the world. I mean, be it developed world, be it developing world, inflation has everywhere gone through the roof. All-time high inflation, and it's continuing. It's because it's not going to come down. It's not like temporary or transitory, what people call, because of this this pandemic continuing, and the wave after wave coming, and still things little bit open up, and then again some kind of restrictions comes. So that way the economic activity or the production and the supply logistics has not picked up, and it is not able to fulfill that. So that is where that pent up, not pent up, but the supply is not taking pace with this kind of disruptions, and that is where the prices are of almost all the commodities is going to remain high, and that is why this inflation is going to be a major worry. And most of the central banks have understood, and they have started increasing the rates. And when the increasing the rates happen, and US Fed has also indicated that they will also be increasing the rates in this year, so you will make sure that US dollar remains strong against the other currencies, and that is where, when it's a best hedge against all this inflation or interest rate hike, is gold. So gold will gold will do well in this year also. So in basic materials, I am that energy, natural gas, energy, basic materials, and gold I am adding. So unfortunately in India we don't have any gold mining companies. We can only buy gold, but it's such a costly. The prices have gone up so much, and with the all kinds of taxation and duties, unfortunately the gold buying becomes a very costly affair in India, and you can't play. There are no gold mining stocks. So I'll be coming out with one very interesting gold mining company in future about this, which one can invest through this London Stock Exchange or outside India. This is a Russian company. So this is what I just wanted to discuss with all of you. And before just ending this, I would add that I have a different premium video channel also is there. I mean, it's the same channel, but the format is different, where I come out with the stock specific, multi-bagger stock specific ideas in a length. I analyze, and the full-fledged video with the target price, and they are all doing much outperforming this market. And if anybody is interested, it's only available, each video is available for only 1,000 rupees per video, or the $20 per video. So my contact details are in the description box down below. One can always, I have come out with the recent one very interesting stock idea, So if anybody is interested till now who has not yet bought that video, they can contact me by sending me mail, and I will send you the bank details, and that way you can watch that video. And that's it from my side. And as you know, here in Moscow, it's a holiday season, because it's a very interesting, this Russian Orthodox Christmas starts with the New Year, and on the 6th or the 7th day of the New Year is where the Christ was born, according to their tradition or the calendar. And so this is how that holiday continues here. Everything is closed, all offices are closed basically. This is what till the 9th. So everything opens up on the 10th of January. This is usually every year. This is I just wanted to share this little tidbit which many of you may not be knowing. So that's it from my side, and see you once again next week with some other unique idea and unique concept. Till that time, love from Neeraj, and ciao from Neeraj from Moscow.